And we are live. This is the Booktube Goddess doing a Get Ready with Me. And I was running so late, I wasn't sure how much of the base I could get done. But actually, this looks awful. So it's going to be an interesting look today, I think. Okay, so we see Lynette and we see Lori Romer. Hope everyone is doing well today. Like I said, I am running late like a chicken with its head cut off, but I made it. Um, yeah, I really didn't. I really kind of rushed getting on, so I'm going to be doing some preliminary stuff that I usually don't do on stream, like my eyebrows. But that's okay. Boy, it's just been one of those days. You guys just have one of those days. Actually, I was productive today. I did some writing, so that's good. Hope if and we have Britta. Hope everyone has had a good reading journey this week. I actually finished The Taking of Jake Livingston. I was so impressed with the first third of the book. And I was like, this could be an adult horror novel. It was, oh, these eyebrows are way off. Oh, well. It was that good of the writing was that good. And then I would give the first third of that novel 5 stars. The writing was good, the atmosphere, it was firing on everything that I wanted in a horror novel. And then the next third, the second third, we got sort of the B storyline where the main character is gay, so there's like this relationship forming. And I didn't mind it when I was first reading it, but then the more I got into it, it was almost like this meet cute gay romance, and it seemed to be at odds with this dark uh, serial killer ghost, killing people and threatening the main character. So I don't think it worked. And I'll give the second third 4 stars, but then the last third, it just went off the rails for me. I give that like 2, maybe 3 stars. So I ended up being a little disappointed. With the taking of Jake Livingston. And I really should learn my lesson because I haven't read a young adult or middle grade horror that really is satisfying my horror desires. Ah, boy. Oh, Mr. Rosuri. Rosuri. Sorry. Oh, thank you for joining me. I think it's for your first time here. I'll just call you Mr. Mr. What am I doing? So I guess I don't. guess I don't really recommend Jake Livingston, which really sucks because I really wanted to like this book and it had such a promising beginning. And there's just things about the ending that I just had some issues with. But I don't know. Maybe you guys would like it. I hate bad endings. It makes you feel like you have wasted your time. Yeah, I hear you. Um, but darn, the beginning was good. Oh boy, these eyebrows today. We're going to be in for an adventure. So, anyway, I'll try to ombre these eyebrows out a little bit. So, anyway, I decided to disregard my TBR list and just read what I wanted to read. And you guys have gotten me excited about it. I went ahead and picked up The Golem and the Genie. And I really like that book. I'm like, I guess I'm like a little over halfway through. So I'll definitely finish it this week. And when I really like a book, I usually go straight to the sequel if there is one. So I'll probably do the sequel to The Golem and the Genie. But yeah, I am really enjoying this novel. I will say though that there was a part, or there are parts where I get kind of bored, because it's not continuing sort of the main storyline. And I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but there are two characters, the Golem and the Genie, and they eventually meet. Uh, sorry if that's a spoiler, but um, the time first you're introduced to the characters, which I thought was very good. But between that time of the introduction and the time where the characters meet, there's this like period of time where I was getting a little bit bored. Um, so I guess that's a pacing issue, and I can see why people would have pacing issues with this story, but it's not enough to dissuade me from reading, and I'm enjoying it. Just to say that, yeah, bad endings, because that's your last thought. You know, if a book starts off rough and then has a strong ending, you're left with thinking about that strong ending. To later, Edward, I haven't read later. I was thinking about picking it up because I really like the retro cover. That's Stephen King's book. But I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh, thank you. Actually, has everyone here read it except me? Okay, this eye, it's not. Yeah, that's good enough. Once I put, as I do more. Okay. What is later about anyway? like I said, I just saw the retro cover and I was really intrigued by it. But yeah, the last Stephen King I read was The Institute. But I am open to finding a new horror writer one day. Of course, I think I was spoiled because Clive Barker and Stephen King just are who I started reading horror with, and they're quite unique authors. Later is about a boy who sees dead people for a while before they fade. Um, Kind of reminds me of Jake Livingston. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do 3 videos today. I think I'm going to do a review of Jake Livingston, and um, there's a book tag I want to do. And then there's another. Oh, what's the other book I just read? Um, Gosh, my mind's going blank. Hold on. Oops. Oh, dear. Oh, Star Eater. Yeah. Yeah, since I've started reading it, I've noticed a couple of booktubers have done reviews on it. And I still maintain that it has such a unique world building and storyline and plot that I think it's worth reading, even though here's my big issue with Star Eater is I didn't connect with the main character, which is a problem with all books, of course. But the story just kept me going. It's not like I DNF'd it, and I felt, oh, what's the word I want? I felt satisfied after reading it, even though I know there's issues with it. Oh, someone tagged me in a book tag, backstage book tag. It's like it's not even about books. It's like your camera equipment and stuff. But since I was tagged, I feel responsible. Hey, Kelly, thank you for finally showing up. It's about time. No, I'm just kidding. uh, my nonfiction book is Blue by Kai. Oh boy, it's all about the color blue. Huh. I always think about that Devil's Wear Prada with that line about the cerulean blue or the different types of blues. Okay, so what am I going to do? I've been so running behind it, I haven't really given much thought. Okay. So, what did I do last week? Pink and blue? I think I want to just do orange and purple again. That's always my favorite. I don't want to think too hard about it. Oh, Ben the Overlord. Welcome back. You know, sometimes I see your name and I read Bent Overlord. Oh boy. Finished the last book of the Hanish cycle. Kind of sad that it's over. Oh yeah, I kind of hate that when your series is over. Okay, Britta likes orange and purple. So what we're gonna do. If I can find brushes. This brush. Oh no, where's that purple I like? So unorganized. You know, when I moved recently, I had have a much bigger space to do videos and for office space, but it's still not big enough. Sorry about that. I'm not talking. How entertaining is this? Okay. Let's find some orange. The old Willy Wonka palette. Today I'm reading, or today I'm going to get through They Never Learn. I don't know that book. Second book in the Museum Mysteries, Murders in Various Museums in Victorian England. That sounds interesting. Actually, if there was a TV show like that, I would definitely watch it. Lane Fargo. Hey, Fit. Hey, everyone. We are out and about, but just wanted to make sure to say, well, thank you so much for just saying hi. I really appreciate it. Oops. Oh. Well, I'm just so thankful that anyone shows up to these. And then I don't know if you saw my video on Mike's book reviews, uh, but it shows you how much I don't keep up with things. I had no idea that Joe Abercrombie um, has a new book out. So if there's time this month, if I really do make it through both of the Gullum and Genie books, I'll probably pick up the Joe Abercrombie book. But what's going on with Patrick Rothfuss? Yeah, 'cause he's like one I really want to, or I'm really waiting for. And of course, we won't even get started on George R. R. Martin. But you know, back in the day, it was the same thing with Robert Jordan. Felt like we'd wait forever on book, and this was like before there was like a real big information distributed on the internet, so we didn't know that he was so ill. But it was just very frustrating waiting for the next book to come out, and then really disappointing if the book was just not much happened. The story didn't advance very much. You wait 2 years for the next book and it doesn't advance, which is has always been part of my issue with Wheel of Time. But I still do like that series, and I am excited for the Amazon Prime show whenever that comes out. Okay, we'll pick a new sci-fi or fantasy book after this live stream is finished. Yay! Are you looking for a good sci-fi book? Um, oh, that's okay. Thanks for stopping by, Lori. Read Night Flyers. So I have not read any of the works before. Wake up. I'll be watching A Fantastic Woman, won an Academy Award. Oh, interesting. Oh. Gideon the Ninth. I don't know if it's kind of a odd genre, but I would consider it science fiction. It's really good. And my issues of Hera the Ninth. Oops. I had my issues with the sequel, but the first book is certainly good. Another sci-fi that I recently read is this looks blue. Oh, this look is going to be everywhere. We Are Satellites by Sarah Pinsker, which is a very near future sci-fi. You see this technology coming within the next 20 years or so, and but the film the book is almost about a family. It's almost more about family dynamics than the science fiction. Which I didn't mind. I like the book. Why does this look blended on this side but not this side? Get it. Have you guys ever read The Circle? I never heard the author. I never heard of the author until I read The Circle. Eddings, I don't know. But that was an odd book. I didn't really like it that much. But I was thinking about that in comparison with We Are Satellites. Because in We Are Satellites, the focus was on the characters and the relationships. And on The Circle, which is a sci-fi, another near future sci-fi about social media run amok, that was more focused on the issue of social media and had bizarre, over the top metaphors, you know, that I thought it was just a bit much for me. I mean, the idea and concepts were interesting, but the execution, the author was kind of trying to be a literary author, and he wasn't naturally a literary author, if that makes any sense. Should have brought that orange down more. Where did that orange go? The Circle became a movie with that actress from Harry Potter, and I think it had Tom Hanks in it, but it also wasn't that good, in my opinion. Oh, come on, blend. Okay. Not sure about this look. I think we should just barrel forward. I'm gonna be here forever. Mm. The title is We Are Satellites. Yeah, yeah. Check out the blurb, because it might not be something you're interested in, because it's really not like hard sci-fi. Like I say, it's recent future sci-fi. Like Ray Bradbury's TV show. Oh yeah, the Ray Bradbury Theater, and they did a lot of his short stories. And it's kind of fun actually seeing Ray Bradbury in his. I like to think of it as his office with all the toys and whatnot. Circle was a bit of a dud in the movie. Okay, thank you, Britta. At least I'm not the only one. The Mr. Sci-Fi channel always has great stories about Bradbury, Sterling, Surgeon, the whole crew. Oh, I have to check that out. Mr. Sci-Fi. Yeah. Oh, I should do a book review of that too. It's a hard one to review because, like I said, it's more of a family drama than a sci-fi book. Have two new releases to read later this month. Bloodless by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child and Feral Creatures. Yeah, Feral Creatures is the sequel to Kara Jane Buxton's the one about the zombie and the crow. If you like novels from the point of view of an animal and like zombie movies, you will like Kira Jane Buxton. Oh, congratulations, Lori! First grandchild. Wow, 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 wow. Well, I know I'll never be a grandmother because I don't have any kids. So. Managed to hurt my back while moving, so I sat watching this with a hot water bottle and glass of wine. Well, I'm sure the wine works more than the hot water bottle. I like the kind of soon-to-be happen sci-fi focusing on people like The Age of Miracles. I haven't read that one. Okay, let's get started cutting this crease. Where's that little? Here we are. I have to admit, I personally prefer far future sci-fi, but like David Brin, who is, by the way, if you haven't really read David Brin, really good sci-fi writer from the 80s. Did he start in the 70s? I think it's mostly the 80s. But I really like the Uplift Wars, all those books. But I didn't like the Postman that much, which was sort of a well, I guess it was a dystopian, post-apocalyptic. It wasn't dystopian, it's post-apocalyptic. But there's something about sci-fi that goes way far in the future that I enjoy. Oh, if you haven't read Ian Banks' Culture science fiction novels, Culture is sort of the name of the world. It's not like a series, but there are a set of novels set in his world that they call the Culture. But they are far, far future. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing that cut crease again where I go all the way up. Okay. Kind of like this thing to happen. All right. Hollow Kingdom, thank you. The only zombie book I have ever liked. There aren't that many zombie books. It seems like there's like Pride and Prejudice in the zombies, and they seem to be spoofs of zombie books rather than actual zombie books. Prefer Earth, planet-based sci-fi. Time period doesn't really matter. I am moving in 2 months. Oh boy, Lori. Good luck. Good luck with your move. Oh, okay. Yeah, check it out. I'm not part of Scribd, so I don't know. Oh, thank you, Lori. Yeah, I see a lot of drag queens doing this way now. It's funny. I always have these wigs with bangs on it, so a lot of the things I do you don't even see in the end. Okay, let's set this. I trying to set it in white. Need a white shadow. Well, this isn't the cleanest white I've ever used. I wonder if it's because my brush is dirty, but okay. Deadhouse Gates. It's a fun time now. I'll read a memory called. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Now, Deadhouse Gates is another of the Malazan novels, which I've said before. I gave up on those novels because they just got too dense and thick, and I wasn't enjoying reading them. But I got fairly far in the series because I looked up the last book I have, which is The Toll Hounds. Um, But yeah, the first couple books, I was very excited about that series. Oh, you're doing Fitz and the Fool. Yay. Yeah. If you don't know, I'm a big Robin Hobb fan. Trying to clean up the edges a little bit. Or make them worse. Oh boy. Am I even on camera? You're getting so into drawing this. Okay. Okay. Whew. Black eyeshadow is a journey. I read my Dark Vanessa yesterday. I liked it much more. Do you red or white wine? We want to know. Under the Whispering Door. Huh. Is that a sequel to Cerulean Sea or something else? The only other TJ Klune book I read, and I believe there's a sequel out, is his story about a boy with ADHD who falls in love with a superhero. It's a superhero novel. It's very cute. But yeah, I think everyone knows I liked Cerulean Sea and the interesting controversy around it. I feel sorry for the author. I don't think he had any idea that it would be that type of reaction to an interview he did. Trying to figure out what brush to use. A nice cheap Pinot, yay. Tchaikovsky. I don't know that. Is that a Russian sci-fi author? The only Russian sci-fi author I remember reading is Stanislaw Lem. Whispering Doors, not a sequel. Yeah. Oh, hey, Pax. Thank you for coming. I read an arc of Under the Whispering Door after adoring the House on Cerulean Sea, and it was wonderful. Not a sequel, but equally as quirky and whimsical, but very different. Oh, no, that's a good recommendation. Children of Time. I don't recognize that author. Maybe I should. Because I take it he's a older or classic, whatever you want to call it, sci-fi author. Oh boy. Tchaikovsky. How do you pronounce that name? Like I'm asking you in chat. Tchaikovsky is a new author. Okay. Interesting. Oh, hey, Kayla. And I'm just assuming he's Russian by the name, but could be. Just have that heritage. Stanislaw Lem, by the way, wrote Solaris, I think. Is that the one that was gave him a lot of acclaim? But he also, I liked his short stories. I have a collection of his short stories somewhere. Hmm. Oh man, I got a lot of the mascara in my eye. Not mascara, the eyeliner in my eye. Oh, he's British. Okay. Born in 1972. Thank you, Britta and Wikipedia. Children of Time was great. I expect Shards to be good as well. Kayla, what are you currently reading? I just finished Legendborn and really like it. Well, I picked up, I just finished the Taking of Jake Livingston, which I was saying earlier was ended up being a disappointment, even though the beginning was really good. But I decided just to pick up The Golem and the Genie. God, I forgot the author's name. Wexler? Because I've heard about it for a while, and people have been telling me how good it is. And guess what? It's really good. It is, and halfway through, I'm just breezing through the novel, and so far I recommend it. I mean, the ending, like, could make me change my mind, but I don't know. I have a good feeling that this is going to end well, and I feel like I'm going to want to jump straight into the sequel. And the other book I want to read is the new Joe Abercrombie book, because I didn't even know it was out. But I'm enjoying The Golem and the Genie, which I think was described as and is a historical fantasy. I mean, it's part fantasy, part historical fiction, because it's based in New York during the I think 1890s, and gives a really good description of that time period and what it was like to live there, and being an immigrant. Okay, let's. Tchaikovsky is did a great gunpowder fantasy, Guns of the Dawn, which I adored. Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice meets Sharp. The Blade itself. Yeah, Abercrombie. I mean, it's just a good, solid fantasy. I do like gunpowder fantasy. Thanks to, well, two authors. The first being Naomi Novik's Tremorare Dragon series, which, if you don't know, is um, set in the Napoleonic era. But also McClellan, God, I forgot his first name. Something McClellan did a fantastic series on based on gunpowder. Oh boy. Okay, I know these are uneven, but well, they're not too bad. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to move on down the face and then I'll come back to the eyes. I haven't read Abercrombie before and I'm not sure that is a good book to start or not. Oh, if that's a good book. I don't know. Isn't it the start of the series? I would start that. I'd have to look it up again. Just notified there's been a massive. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Hopefully, not another one, but I did read about the earthquake in Haiti. Temeraire, best dragon books. Yeah, I love those books. Now, there are a lot of them. There's, I want to say 10, a dozen. And they get a little repetitive in the middle. But boy, the first 3 books are fantastic. And I love them all. I read them all and it concluded nicely. But the series really didn't need to be that long, in my opinion. Okay, let's brush off some stuff. There's another interesting dragon book called Stephen Brust. I guess it's not really a dragon, it's a dragonette. But if you like Six of Crows and Gentlemen Bastards and Temeraire, this is about sort of a thief type, not really a con man, but a ne'er-do-well, darker character who has a familiar called Jarek or Teltos. Jarek. Is Teltos the guy's name? Anyway, they're fun books. Not very deep, but oh, put that on. Yeah, gunpowder. I mean, genres come and go all the time. The one you don't hear about often is called diesel punk, which is kind of like steampunk, but a later era, like and punk referring there's like a certain style to the writing and the story. It's usually darker and rougher, but diesel punk is what China Melville, I guess, started in like the Iron Council. I'm a big China Melville fan too. But yeah, there's always these genres around that. I look really pale in the camera, but not so much. It could be the light. This powder's. Okay, I'm not going to think about it. China Mieville goes over my head, I think. He's a different writer. I mean, it could just be that you're just not connecting with it, not necessarily going over your head, but yeah, not every writer is for everyone. Although you might want to give his, he wrote a children's book. Um, God, I forgot the name. I want to say Lum, but I want to give that a go if. Want to give him another chance. I really should connect this white. I'll do that in a bit. Mm. Okay, I don't know what I just did, but I don't think it's quite working, but to fix it. Okay, I think I better stop before I really mess it up. But let's put some white on the sides. Yeah, that's it. Unlearn done. I think I've only read one book, Unlearn done. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And let's go ahead and move on to lips. Yep. You tried the city and Embassy Town, but didn't understand what was going on. I liked Embassy Town. I know I read the city, I can't remember it. But yeah, if you don't, if his writing is not for you, it's not for you. Oh, how I hate doing lips. Kayla, have you read Jade City? If you like the Poppy Wars and enjoy fantasy set in more modern times, I think you like the Jade City Green Bone Saga. I haven't even heard of it. Jade City. Nope. I will have to look that one up. Okay. The finale to the trilogy. Oh, the whole trilogy comes out in November, so you would be able to binge it. It's about two crime families and it's sort of a mafia like but Asia inspired. Huh. Okay. I need some lipstick. Okay, I want to try this ruby slipper. Actually, I'm going to try something that I've seen other drag queens claim works is to clean the lips a little bit. Okay. Dark. Wow, this is dark. Ah, made a mistake. Have to clean that up later. I want it to dry down before I fix it, or else it'll just spread all over the place. Hmm. I think I'm going to put a little pink in the center because it's actually a bit. Let's put a little white in the center. I think it's better. Has anyone read Roadside Picnic by Arkady and Boris? I've never even heard of that. Nope. Oh, it's a Russian sci-fi. Aliens come to Earth for a brief time and left their tech behind. Huh. Trying to find more non-US, non-British sci-fi. Well, what about Australian sci-fi? Okay, I better stop futzing or else I'll be here forever. Okay. The one thing about non-English. Oh, oh, James, my very good friend James Kernow. Thank you. The one thing about non-English science fiction is you really have to trust the translators because you're not reading them in the language they were meant for. Okay, let's put on some eyelashes. No, eyelashes first. James, do you have any recommendations for science fiction books that are out now? Oh, the wig I'm going to wear today is my traditional, if you can say traditional, Booktube Goddess wig. So nothing outrageous. Yeah, without the eyelashes, things just don't look right. Which I've done before. I've done like a get ready with me and then like looked at myself, why is this look not working? And sure enough, forgot the eyelashes. It's not a lot of Australian sci-fi. I guess you're right, but there are a lot, or there are a few Australian fantasy writers that are quite good, I think. First and foremost, Sarah Douglas. Um, Trudy Canavan, another one. Actually, Trudy Canavan's last novel, I don't know what to make of it, or a series of novels. The Maker or something. The reason being, you would think it's a sci-fi romance because it has two main characters, a woman and a man, and they never or they rarely meet. You keep thinking, oh, this is going to be like, because we've read so many stories like this, two stories with a couple of people, and eventually they're going to meet, and they're going to be together on some adventure or some relationship. But the entire series, it's very odd. They almost never meet. It's like reading two different uh, storylines at the same time. Um, but anyway, why was I thinking that? Because her last novel, even though it's solidly fantasy, it does deal with traveling to different planets. There's uh, not by spaceships, but by magic powers. But there's a lot of like planet hopping and that type of thing. Again, I don't know if I would actually recommend that book or that series. There we go. Oh, James, not really. I picked up a new Star Trek novel because it takes place right after the motion picture. Oh, interesting. I think I got the, well, I'm sure you did, James, but I remember reading the motion picture novel. Oh, Dresden Files. You know, that's why we all read, just to make us happy. I was kind of disappointed that series didn't go very far of the Dresden Files because I thought it was okay. Is it by the Sci-Fi Channel? Earrings don't really go, but that's what we have. Better than the Codex Alera. Yeah, I think you're the one that turned me on to the Codex. Max Berry is an Australian sci-fi author. I read his Machine Man, which is about a man who wants to replace all of his bodies with bits of robotics. Oh, thank you, Britta. Okay, this took a little longer than usual, and I don't know. Well, because I was rushing. I was rushing at the beginning. I was running out of time. Can I? It's trying to make me a little smaller. Okay. Well, this is about as good as we're going to get. Well, maybe I'll scoot down. This is the final look. Um, oh, we're missing some. Looks fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Ben needs to finish the Dresden Files. Enjoy the weekend. Okay, yes, everyone, please enjoy the weekend. Um, enjoy your reading. And thank you so much for sticking around for this interesting Get Ready with Me. And I am going to sign out. Hope you enjoyed the look and hope you're going to be back next week. I believe I will be. And as usual, until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed.